You're watching In View, and I'm Larry King. Imagine visiting exotic destinations like Costa Rica, Australia, Thailand, New Zealand, Ecuador, and the Dominican Republic. Becoming an international student volunteer has grown in popularity and is one of the most desired opportunities for students. See how they're not only changing their own lives, but the lives of those around the world.
Student volunteering. In the last 20 years, there's been an increasing interest from students around the world who wish to give of themselves and volunteer abroad. Let's face it, when it comes to anything that has to do with traveling to places like Costa Rica, Africa, Australia, and Thailand, philanthropy is only a part of the motivating factor at work in the mind of the volunteer. Volunteering gives students a rich and meaningful cultural experience far beyond a simple backpacking trip.
The reason I want to volunteer is because I think it gives you a really awesome opportunity to get to know the culture of a place instead of just coming as a tourist, and you get to be more involved and meet the people and understand what really goes on behind everything.
With ISV, we are living with families from San Manila, and we get to experience their day-to-day life, and it's just another way to open your mind and your heart to see how other people live and get out of your North American bubble and just experience the world, really.
It's definitely more like getting than giving when we're here, because we're helping them, but I still feel like I'm having a blast and this is more fun. Obviously we like to relax on the beach after a long day of work, and that's all great, but it would just get boring if it was just me all the time, and you're like, all right.
In a world where the difference between the have and the have-nots is ever increasing, many communities across the globe struggle to balance their own development with the conservation of their country's resources. Student volunteer programs such as the ones offered by California-based ISV, or International Student Volunteers, are now the fastest growing form of youth travel, providing students from all backgrounds with life-changing experiences while helping communities around the world.
ISV!
In the last 2 decades, there's been an increase of environmental and social challenges that have been documented using research and technology. Our mission is to support sustainable development initiatives around the world through life-changing experiences. Students have been able to select specific projects in which they can support mainly sustainable development initiatives in local communities around the world to try to reverse these situations.
For nearly 30 years, ISV has conducted international travel programs for tens of thousands of students across 6 continents. Since ISV began offering their unique volunteer abroad and adventure travel programs in 2002, just under 25,000 participants from around the world have contributed to over 2.5 million hours to projects that focus on conservation and community development. One of the most sought-after volunteer locations ISV offers is Costa Rica. The community of San Juanillo in the Guanacaste region has pioneered with ISV as they strive to create a sustainable income by establishing a responsible fishing area that will also protect endangered species and help sea turtles thrive. In addition, students are working together with local fishermen to build a much-needed fish processing facility and seafood store that will also serve as a point of commerce for the community to sell their daily catch.
We are the 10th group here in San Juanillo working on this construction, and it's been really important because without this processing building, locals like the 200 people who live in this community wouldn't make the living out of. This is really important because local governments don't usually give the money that the communities need to develop this type of projects. So volunteers are the main key.
De mi perspectiva, buena. Me siento contento porque por medio del voluntariado hemos llevado a cabo muchas cosas aquí en la comunidad de San Juanillo.
If you're thinking about volunteering, I would absolutely just 100% recommend it. It is the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life.
To learn more about ISV, International Student Volunteers, and join this life-changing program, Visit their website online at www.isvolunteers.org or call them at 714-779-7392.